Welcome back, guys. I'm Bradu. We are playing Terra Invictus, Shadowdark, and we are in Minor Court. We're back at the Frog and Dolphin, it occurred to me that's where Minor Court was. I was starting to get confused with our places, but um, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit for last session. So essentially, we're here enjoying a pretty relaxing night, not too rowdy. We're not quite going to carouse, though we probably should. Now that I think about it, because Abbott probably really is ready, because he's Thane did his penance, and Abbott did his pilgrimage basically to get his constitution back. Though he's still feeling sick, so he's not 100% yet. Maybe that's when we'll do carousing, is when he gets to 100%. But at least he can have a drink. um, he's converted, but not completely. So we're hanging out, and we've lost our friend Heeg, but Alfonso's going to be our new torchbearer. I think our new lantern bearer. He's been upgraded, so which I kind of have been wanting to do that for a while anyway, because I had two NPC types running with the party, and I kind of feel like one could do the job. So he will be our animal handler, driver of the cart, and he'll actually enter dungeons and stuff with us to bear the lantern. But I'm going to try and keep him out of any kind of fights and danger. So anyway, we're sitting around having a drink, nice relaxing time, and something rowdy's happening across the table. And this brute here is clearly kind of bullying this farmer and just kind of trying to pick a fight with him or something. And Nura notices this happening, and she sees this sneaky little guy take advantage and pickpocket something from the bully. And she kind of chuckles at that, but she also kind of wants to break up the fight here. So we don't need any trouble, right? We've got a good relationship here now. I mean, Abbott's been tossed from the bar a couple times, but now that we've donated if you watch from the beginning, we donated the dolphin statue and which they then renamed the tavern to the Frog and Dolphin instead of the Frog and Goblet, I believe it was. So anyway, Nura calls over the bartender and says, "Hey, let's get that guy. Let's get that guy a drink. Um, let's. I don't know that he needs more to drink, but I think it'll help calm him down if he thinks it is. So, let's get him an ale. Make it a ginger ale." So she's gonna send over a drink, and she'll say it's from the farmer he's bullying, so that'll. So he comes over here, gives him a drink. It's a non-alcoholic O'Doul's or whatever. And this guy's like, "Hey, you ain't so bad after all, buddy. Thanks for the drink," or whatever. But Nura is more interested in this little guy over here. And she's like, "So, what'd you get?" He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." She's like, "No, I saw what you did there. It was pretty sneaky. I actually don't care what you got, but come sit down and talk to us. We're an adventuring party, and we go into dungeons, and we help good people, and we could use somebody with a little bit of sneaky ability like you. So, what's your name?" And this is Marvin. He is a halfling thief. Found a little mini for him. I like it. It's got the hairy toes and all. So she's going to invite him to travel with us and help disarm traps. And she says there will be some treasure in it for you, I'm sure. And plenty of danger. So I'm not going to go too much deeper into that. That was way more than I thought I'd do. But anyway, we are going to just jump right back into hex crawling. I kind of have so many things going on right now that I don't even know which lead to follow. So I kind of think we will take a roundabout way back to... I don't want to go right back to the mushroom folk. I think what I want to do is go finish the dungeon that we kind of halfway finished, because I just like to not... I kind of like to feel like I'm a completist when it comes to dungeons. I'm sure there's other people who are like that. We got to check every room. There's like a written up dungeon that we used from the Devoured Labyrinth, and we only did half the dungeon. So I'd like to make my way back there. But in doing so, we have been through almost every single hex between here and there. So I'm going to take a roundabout way, I think is what I'm going for. So let's go Mire Court. We're at Mire Court. We've not been to Lariu. So let's travel up that way. Maybe we'll go up that way and then over this way and then this way to get back to here. Maybe that's my route. So I don't know how far we'll get this session, because you know a lot can happen in one hex. So we're going 3. Where are we? 3, 2, 1, 6, I think. So that means we got to go. Yeah, we're 3, 2, 1, 6. So we'll go 3, 1, 1, 6, which we have been in. Oh, I do want to do a. Let's get a rumor while we're here. Yeah, let's get a rumor while we're here and see if it's something that we haven't. Oh God, no way. A vampire plagues the town at night, draining blood from maidens. So, what do I think of that? What I think of that is I don't see anything about it. So I think, to me, what that means is that rumor is missing one tiny detail, which is that vampire plagues the abbey we're at down south. And we've already taken care of the vampire. That's funny. I don't think there's anything about an actual vampire in this town. However, this is the way Terra Invictus is. I could certainly go with that if I wanted to, but I think I just said we're gonna go hex crawling. We just dealt with a vampire in our last big fight. We're still wearing our garlic necklaces, I think, probably. Let's not deal with the vampire that may or may not be here, and let's call that a rumor that we've already solved. I think it's what I'm going to do there. The Terra Invictus gives us some freedom to do that sort of thing. You can follow a lead if you want, and you don't totally have to, or you can interpret it. It gives you just enough to interpret it a different way, and that's how I'm going to interpret that, I think. So, on that note, we are off. We are going 3, 1, 1, 6. And hopefully there's nothing I have to do to get ready. I haven't done the hex crawling thing as much lately. Okay, we have been here. We've got to do a random encounter check. We do have a random encounter. And it is a bloody human corpse trampled into the mud by many hooves. Well, what we actually know about this, because we've been here, is that there's a whole bunch of horses and a centaur in this hex. So we don't need to do anything about that. We just know that this is an unfortunate situation. We do have to do another random encounter check, but we might have already kind of done everything. That would only be on a 1, so now we're going to leave that hex. That was wild plain, grassy plain, so only 1. We get 3 hexes a day if they're not like difficult terrain. So that was not. So now we want to go 3, 1, 1, 5, which we have not been to. So let's try to navigate it. And Nura is, of course, our navigator. Ooh, 8. Does that work? I think it does. Navigate INT 9. Does she have at least a +1? She might not. She does. She's a +1. Okay, so we're good. She made it barely. Thanks to advantage and a very easy check on navigation. So we get to 3115. We have not been here. Oh, it's a town. Okay, it's Larry. All right. I don't know that we've been here. You know what? I think we have, though. Well, shoot. I feel like I was just looking at my notes trying to figure out. I feel like I read Larry somewhere, which would have meant we had been there. I can't do that right now. I don't want to waste time finding it. So let's see what's here anyway. Sunny, clear, warm, thin fog evenings, sound of harbor bells, a peaceful lakeside town that is the main transit point for grain and other farm products. The harbor is always bustling with activities. Streets are thick with horse-drawn carts. Prosperous inns used by sailors, merchants. Salted, pickled fish are readily available as rations. Ground transport is available to Meyercourt. Well, we don't need to go there. We just came from there. That's too bad. I wish it was somewhere else. Ooh, lake and river transport available to Landrace and Sharon to the north. Well, that's too bad. We don't need to go north, I don't think. But that's good to know. I don't want to do a ton here because I just want to keep moving. But this isn't totally ringing a bell, to be honest with you. So I thought maybe we had been here. I think maybe we'll just spend our day here, so that we can eat and rest and whatever. We haven't used anything to need to rest, but I'm just gonna say we're also not in a massive rush. So we'll do one rumor here and see what happens. Rumors are supposed to cost 2 gold, but at this point 2 gold is kind of trivial, so I don't really worry about that. I just assume we do a rumor over drinks at whatever town we're at. On the eastern plains, a dangerous centaur hides among the wild horses. Well, I think that's where we just were. Dangerous centaur, but we found her relatively friendly, I think. All right, let's mark that we've at least been here now, so I know. So we will rest up, and we will then go 3114, continuing west. I don't have a map out. I guess I don't need it until we figure out what's going on. I don't need to navigate, I don't think, because we're coming straight from a town. Thick fog in the morning. Well, it's morning. Okay, thick fog, rainy most of the day, strong winds. Rosada Foothills. Well, I know we've read the Rosada Foothills, but not this particular hex. Lightly wooded and home to small game. Rough terrain has discouraged military engagements. And let's check for a random encounter. I'm going to go gold because I think it might be easier to see. 3 is a random encounter, and what is it going to be? Oh no. It is a trap. So, okay, guess what? We have a new thief in the party. I'm actually going to give him a chance to spot the trap because that's something he would be in charge of and good at. So because of I'm going to use the DC to try to spot it. So would he use his dex or wisdom? I feel like he would use his wisdom, but that doesn't make sense for that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use his wisdom to spot it. His wisdom's terrible. but at advantage since it's a thieving skill. So he does spot it on a roll of 19. And just all we have to do really there is, oh, everybody look out for this trap. The ground will fall out beneath us if we're not careful. So we avoid the spiked pit trap. There is there is a potential combat here. I get a chance to avoid the combat with, let's see, a wisdom DC of 9. And I think, who do we have looking out for combat? I really should figure out who does what, because Nura can't do everything. Nura's the one who's responsible for tracking and things like that. I also don't know that it would make sense for Thane, who's my high wisdom, to be looking out for that. Let's make that Abbott, who's at least in the front line of our battle. So, and he has got a +1. So, it would be a DC 9. He does get it. So, we get that. To me, that means we could avoid it. So, I'm going to read ahead and see whether we assess whether or not we want to avoid this. We see a shoddy wooden building between two hills. Oh. Okay. Well, we wouldn't know all of this information. So I'm going to say we come up close enough that we can figure out that there are orcs. And I think what I'm going to do is decide whether or not, I think by making the wisdom check, I'm going to see how many it appears that there are. So does it appear, there's a 50-50 chance that it's all of them and a 50-50 chance that it's only half of them. So are they all present? I'm just going to do that as an oracle check. Yes, but yes, they're all present, but I'm going to say the yes but means half of them are asleep, and even though I was rolling to see if we can tell if they're all here, we can't. We don't know how many there are, but what I'm saying is we're going to estimate how many we think there are, and we're going to be off because we see roughly half of the group and the other half is resting. On that note, I think we feel like we could take them. Do we want to start a fight with them? I think we're at least going to check it out. So I know that, well, do I know that they're going to attack us? I guess so, because it says combat. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do this. We are strong wind, Rosada foothills, rough terrain. It didn't say that it's rough terrain, but it does. So I'm just thinking about what kind of a map. So I'm going to set up a map and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. Man, I wish I could get let's see if I can show you this. It's a cool piece I've never used yet. It's a little, that's going to be the orc home. All right, I was trying to get this to focus. It doesn't want to. So we see them from far away because we were able to avoid the combat. We see that there's, 6, 7, 8 orcs out here, kind of spread out. Doesn't mean we get the jump on them completely. Like, we don't necessarily win initiative, but it does give us a chance to prepare. So Abbott is going to come over behind the wood here and use his stealth thing. So he gets his new special armor, gives him once per day he can automatically succeed on a stealth check. So that's what he's going to do in preparation. Nura is going to try to do her herbalism to give Orgo advantage against orcs? No. So she's unable to do her herbalism. She doesn't lose a turn or anything like that, but she does lose that ability. Minus advantage. It's like a chosen enemy, I guess. That's a tough one. She has a low. Well, she's got a +1, I guess, but still, it's tough to make her herbalism checks. It's kind of why it's best to do it as a preparation like that. I was hoping that that would work, but it didn't. And I think the little guy is gonna try to hide out with Abbott as well. And Thane is going to try to cast Shield of Faith on Abbott before he goes over there. So Thane is going to miss. So he loses his spell too. Man. That's not good. I guess get some of those bad rolls out of the way. Whatever. Okay. So now we are going to roll initiative. And the initiative basically is we're now setting up an attack, but if we've got kind of a lookout orc up here. Maybe I can trigger this to whatever. He's an archer. Nope, it's still not. It does not want to focus. Anyway. Ooh. Didn't give myself much room to roll. Ooh, 12 and 3. You know what? We might surprise them. Because they have a +0 to their dex, and we definitely have at least 1. So we do fully surprise them. That means we get a free attack on them. I think our best move, and then we get to go first. I think our best move is probably for Nura to try to shoot the archer that's in the best spot to be lookout. So she'll get an advantage plus, and I'm also going to use I'm going to try to use the minis as what they have instead of giving them all chainmail, shield, great axe. So this guy, because he's an archer, doesn't have a shield because he needs both hands for the archer. So his AC is a 13. I'll try to remember that. I don't know if I'll be able to be consistent. She's got a +3. She needs a 10 on one of these two dice. 17. Whew, I saw the 3 first. 17. She hits. She does D8 +4, and they have 4 hit points. So she insta-kills him. Ugh! Down goes 1 orc. Great. That's good. And I'm just going to keep plugging away. Now we still get to go first. On that note, can we keep from alerting all of them at once? I would like to. Let's have Nura move up with these guys. It looks like this kind of is where we're headed. I'm going to have our little guy try to sneak up right away. Boom. Can he make a sneak attack? He's got to... Oh, that's right. My stealth check is an 18. He needs an 18 to stealth up. 20! Yes! He's not only stealths up, he's going to get advantage on his attack. He's got just a short sword. But, oh my lord, I like where he's headed. He just stabs this dude completely, no problem. Oh, these guys were like chopping wood or whatever. 2 orcs down before they even know that we're here. This is good so far. This is good. On that note, Abbott is going to... Abbott's already over here too. Let's see. He's going to run up 2, 4, 6 with his successful stealth check. Right out in the open, essentially. But I'm just, because of the successful stealth check, I'm going to say that they kind of come up at the same time. This guy wasn't even aware yet, so Abbott's going to get his chance. Successful. Would that give him advantage? I think it would give him advantage on the attack. So he's not raging because he's He's more refined since finding the Lord. Kamak. He definitely hits. Does he have a plus to damage? He does not, but he does D10. So that's potentially nice. Oh, God, I tried to roll like out there. Okay, Archer down. 3 orcs dead in 3 attacks. On that note, boy, Orgo and Thane. Now I know I already went with Thane. He tried to do a spell, but that was in preparation because we knew we were going into battle. Orgo is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he sees this orc here. He doesn't have any kind of stealth or anything. He's going to throw his silver axe. +7. Nat 1. So what happens with his silver axe? I know what that means. So his silver axe sticks in the building instead. He misses and it sticks in the building. So he loses his axe. Thane is then going to try to throw his boomerang. So he'll come running up with Orgo and throw his boomerang sap. He also gets a nat 1. Let's play this kind of fun. So his boomerang sap comes back. Orgo is distracted noticing his silver axe go strike the house and gets hit by the boomerang sap coming back, or at least potentially. Maybe I'll roll it as an attack. I'll roll it as an attack with advantage since he's not looking or expecting it. Nat 1 and a nat 2. So I guess since it's an attack, that misses and he gets his boomerang back. Or maybe it bounces off his shield and he's got to pick it up or whatever. Anyway, that orc is okay. Everybody on our team has gone and the orcs get to act. And this is the bad news that we didn't know about. Well, I'll get to that. So this orc is going to go here. He's going to call for his buddies and say, "We need help. We're under attack." They talk like that, I think. Can he get... That's just a holler. He can still get up here and attack somebody. And then he's going to rage. And these guys are all going to rage. And they're going to run. So he's going to run up and he's going to attack. I guess it would be Orgo who's closest. Especially since he's raging, he's just going to attack who's closest. 11. It's not going to hit. Because Orgo's got a pretty high AC. These guys are going to come running in. But I don't think any of them can get there. Nobody can get close enough to do any attack. So they're going to come running in. Let's just have them all run up and pick a guy. 1, 2. We can't see Nura, or somewhat anyway, and I don't know that anybody would be able to get there anyway. So let's have this guy just come up here. Like that. And then what happens is, dun dun dun, the loud noise woke up all of the sleeping orcs. So they're not going to do anything yet, but they're like, what was that noise? So that's what the nat 1, that's how I read that, is the nat 1 alerted the sleeping orcs who were on shifts. Half of the shift was here and sleeping. Haven't woken up yet in the morning. Okay, so they don't do anything yet, but they're now aware. Which gives us a pretty good chance here of doing something. Now Abbott is going to rage. Now he's going to rage. Now he's going to swig his ale. And attack. He's going to scoot in and try to attack the one that is on the little guy and protect him. I don't get advantage. I do get an attack. 18 definitely hits for enough to kill. All right. We're doing the damage, though, that's for sure. 4 down. This little guy is going to make an attack with his sword, since he's right there, and he's got Abbott's protection. 10. That might hit. 10 plus 6. That does hit for D6. He doesn't get the sneak attack this time. 3 damage. That does not kill him. And he's going to then kind of run over here and take a spot that he could potentially hide next turn if that guy happens to die. And on that note, I think Nura probably tries to shoot him. She'll go here, go for a shot. 18 is going to hit. And, ooh, I should have done that differently, but he's dead. Boom, because he had already been damaged, and she does a +3 damage every time. Nice. Orgo will attack this one. Actually, Orgo will attack the one closest to Thane in the interest of protecting each other. 5 plus 7 is a nice attack, but not enough, even without a shield and all that. But Thane will also maybe protect himself. We do have... Ooh. We could do a spell. Nah, we're going to attack. He's going to go with the boomerang sap, because it has a slightly better chance to hit, and these guys don't have a ton of hit points, so he's now using it at melee range. That's a hit. D4 plus 1. He needs 4 damage. He got it. 4 damage to kill that guy. Nice. Good deal, good deal. Now, has everybody gone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They sure have. Now the orcs get to go. They're all raging. These guys are all going to rage and come running out. These guys are going to make their attacks. So let's go 1 on each, since they're like lined up like that. First on Thane. 3 misses. Next on Orgo. 4 misses. Oh, and everybody else is dead. Nice. Okay, so she's going to come out last. Here we go. They're just going to come running out in a rage. Is Nura hidden? I think she probably kind of is. So we're going to have them kind of pour out and go after Abbott, who they see. Can they get there on attack? 1, 2. Yeah, I'm going to say at least a couple can get attacks. There's a lot of them. Holy smokes. And then, can these guys get attacks? Let's say 1 gets an attack here. Any of them have... I didn't give any archers. None of them are archers. Okay, so we got 3 attacks coming there. We better make it 4. Ooh, can Abbott sustain 4 attacks? We're going to try. All right. I'll move that back a little bit so I can make room for... Oh, they're all coming out. And this guy is... I guess he could go here on the very edge of the map. So we got 2 here. 2 new ones here. Oh, they're both kind of on Thane, huh? And this is the leader. She. She's just, she can't get there. She can't get to anyone yet. So she's just going to assess for now. And I don't know what leader means. Maybe I'll give her. We'll see how it goes. Everybody rages. So, 4 attacks on Abbott. And I'm just going to go, yeah, we're just going to go 4 attacks on Abbott. I'm going to roll 2 at a time. Gosh darn it, I was trying not to make that happen. 12, that was a 10, but it's still going to miss, right? They're 2s. Plus 2 times, does the 12 hit? He's a 15. Oh, Is he a 15? I gotta figure this out. He's got the leather armor now. I don't think he is. He's a 15 when his con is back full, but it's not currently. So that is going to hit. Who hits him? They've got a... Well, there's one axe. And two... Let's say that's an axe. Let's say that's a great axe. So we'll go D8. 7. Woo! Alright, Abbott. Take 7. And then the next, or actually, well, yeah, we'll do that. And then the other two are going to attack him as well. Still did the same thing. 14 hits and a 20. Oh boy. Those are the D6s with a spear and something. Man, oh man. Okay, so one of them is going to do... Let's see what we got here. Oh no. For rage, they also get a plus D4 damage. So also 2 damage. So make that a 9. And then he's going to take D6 plus D4. 5. Going to add up real fast with the rage. And 2d6 plus 2d4, right? Because of crit. 7 and 6 is 13. That's 27 damage in one turn to Abbott. Ooh. Whirlwind attack, Abbott. I knew this could happen. They had the numbers for sure. And then we're going to go one attack each on Orgo and on Thane, since that's how they are over here. So Orgo, 16 is going to hit him, right? No, he's at 20. 16 doesn't even hit him. Wow. And then Thane, 3 misses. Okay, so we got some misses over there, thankfully. It's our turn, and we got to start taking care of business here. I wish I had some way to do... I don't have anything to... Because I don't have a wizard. I don't have anything really to damage more than one at a time. So I just got to do my best here, I guess. Let's have Abbott attack first and hopefully take somebody out over there. Nobody's wounded, right? All these orcs are at full strength. So Abbott's going to attack. One of the ones with the great axe. So probably that one. Oh, 3 misses badly. But I've got a hider over there. Can he hide well enough to... Can he hide well enough to get advantage on his attack? 14. I think he does. He's a +4. He's got that 18 dex, so he hides. So he gets advantage on an attack, and he's going to shoot his bow. Oh no! 7 plus... He's got a crossbow. 7 plus 6 is 13. Ooh. You know what? I said they're taking what they have, and I'm going after the one with the great axe. He would not have a shield, so that would hit him. So it's a crit. It's not a crit. It's a sneak attack, though. So he's going to do at least 4 damage because he does 3 extra for the sneak attack. So that is an instant kill. No way he survives that. Okay. Still, Abbott's way outnumbered over there and needing help. And I got to do something over here, too. Orgo, you better take care of business. Orgo's got a +7. He'll attack with the great axe. That's going to kill somebody. We'll kill one of these guys who's battling Thane. And then Thane is going to attack the other one. I wish I had a special ability, but I kind of don't. And a 2 misses. So who's left? Nura. Nura, these two guys are probably kind of okay here. I think Nura's gonna try to help Abbott the most. So she'll try to shoot the one. She's hidden-ish. I'm not giving her advantage, but she's gonna lose her. She's gonna lose her hiding spot from this. They'll now know where she is, but she's gonna try to shoot the guy with the other one with the great axe. Oh, nat one. Guess what that means? That means she's almost out of arrows somehow. That's my rule. My rule on arrows is if you roll a nat one, that means you're low on arrows. So that means somewhere on the trek here, she goes, oh crap, half my arrows must have fallen out of my thing. Good Lord. While we were climbing somewhere to get over here or something. Whew, quiver. That's not good. I really needed to kill one more here. And so it is now the orc's turn, right? We're going to say, since this guy did his sneak attack, one of these guys is going to come over to attack him. Which isn't great, but maybe he can handle his own. And nope, an 18. And that guy has a spear, so he'll do a d6 damage plus d4. We're still raging for the bad guys. 4 damage. Oh no, I forgot. He's only got 8 hit points total. Abbott is in danger over here. He's got 2 on him. Oh, does one of them come over to Nura, actually? No, I'm not going to do that. They're going after Abbott. So 2 of them are going to attack Abbott. I got to hope for a miss hit. 8 is going to miss. 14 is going to hit. Oh boy. And they both have axes, so I guess it's a d8 is the only way I can do that. Plus a d4. I gotta hope for a low roll. 7 and 4. That is not at all a low roll. That puts Abbott out. Fuck me. Abbott is down. Oh. God dang it. Well, his sickness, his hit points are down, right? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's because his hit points are down and his AC is down from his con. So it's because he's sick and he's not back to full health yet. That was bad news over there. Oh boy. There's a lot of orcs. That's not good. Orgo, you're on your own here. Orgo's got to take care of these 3 orcs here. So he's going to attack. Do I have any... I feel like I don't have any sort of special thing I can, count on here. Oh, I do. I have one thing I can count on, kinda. Orgo is going to... Wait a minute. It's not Orgo's turn. Who just went? Attacked there, attacked there. So that's it. These 3 still get an attack, and he gets an attack. So he's coming up, and he's going after Nura, who he saw shoot back here. He doesn't have anything special, but I'm going to make that weapon a D10 weapon. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a giant weapon. 6 misses. Not even close. 2 on Orgo here. That rage was crazy. Miss, and 1 on thing. 20. Crit hit. So that is a sword. That's a long sword, though. That's a D8. We're going D8. D4. D4. This is bad. Whew, this is way worse than I thought. Even as good as we did out of the gate, we're in some trouble now. Oh my god. 8, 4, 2. I'm re-rolling that one. And it's a 1, thank god. 9, 13, 15 on Thane, who does not have as many hit points as some. Okay. That's all of them, right? It's our turn. So, Orgo is going to attack first. And Orgo is going to step. Well, nah, he's just going to attack the one in front of him. That's all he can really do. 11 hits, and that's an instant kill. Because he does a bonus 3 damage, and they have 4 hit points. So it's at least enough to kill. And then he's just going to have to try to beat his chest and hope these guys attack him, I guess. Thane, what do you do? What do you do? Oh boy. Abbott, I gotta heal Abbott, so he's gonna try to heal Abbott. He's gonna run for it, run past Nura, come up here, and try to heal Abbott. Cure wounds. Okay, Thane. This one's big. 4 is not good enough. I have to luck token that. Oh, no. So he loses cure wounds. Abbott's down. And Thane is out of cure wounds. Whew. Okay. So this is looking real bad all of a sudden. I haven't checked Abbott's. I think I have to get Abbott back up. So I guess Nura. Do I risk it? Oh my god. Okay, Nura's gonna come running over here and try to heal Abbott with her herbalism. She needs an 11 to heal him 1 hit point. That's dangerous as heck, but that one. And I used my luck token. I guess that means... Shit. I guess that means whenever she dropped her arrows, she also dropped her herbalism pouch. And she goes over to try and do herbalism and has nothing. Not a lot of nat 1s, a lot of nat 20s in this battle. Holy smokes. Orgo went, Thane went, Nura went. Abbott needs to see how many rounds he has. And it's not good, because it's a D4, but his con is low right now. Whew, it's 4. Okay. 4, and his con is a -6 from 14. So his con is an 8, so he has 3 rounds. That part is good. He has 3 rounds, but I've lost all of my healing from my 2 healers. But on that note, my new little halfling Marvin is going to try to hit. Oh man, he's gonna try to hit who he's fighting. He's gonna try and stab. 18 hits. I need a good hit here. Come on, 4, 2 damage only. We finally have one that's not completely dead, and then poof, he's gonna go invisible. Right? I think that's the move. He goes invisible with his halfling ability and kind of sneaks by everybody and maybe comes back over here where he's behind the logs, I guess. Feels like that's a safe-ish place. Abbott, Nura, Thane, Orgo. Everybody went, and all these damn orcs are going to now be able to kill us all? Fuck that. Alright, Orgo's over here. He's going to have 2 attacks on him. Let's hope they both miss. This is the last rage round for them, though. They won't have rage anymore. 1, nat 1, and a 14 also still misses. These, oh my god. Okay, we're going attack Nura. An attack on Nura. They both have axes. No, we have a spear and a... It's not a great axe. Spear. So we're going D6 on those 2 weapons. Nat 20. Another nat 20. The 4 misses, but a nat 20 hits for another crit. 7 and 5 is 12. Nura hasn't been hit. I guess that's the good news. She takes 12. She's about half dead. Oh, we should have avoided this combat, huh? Thane. Now 2 are going to attack Thane. And they both have big weapons. The black one's going to be the boss, who I said has a D10 weapon. Black misses. Purple misses. Everybody misses. Okay. I need some sort of heroic move here. Abbott gets a chance to heal, right? On a nat 20, he pops back up. Is that true? Nope. Good try, though. Okay, here's what's going to happen. This little guy is going to try to kill the leader with a backstab. 19 hits, and that gives... I don't care what I make the hit points because it's going to do 4d6 damage. 1 for the weapon and 3 for the sneak attack. So 15, 16 damage. Leader goes down. That's great news. Gave away your position now, though. So I went Abbott there. Orgo's going to try to kill one of these. 2 misses. Nura cannot do anything. And Thane really can't either, in terms of healing Abbott. So they're going to try to just... Let's see. Let's have Thane step up here and see if he can kill the one that has already taken damage. 7 is going to miss. And I guess Nura should try 2. Man. I want Nura to use her bow. I don't know that it makes any sense for her to use her bow when she's surrounded by 3 of them, unless she can make a check to get away. So I guess I'll try that. I'll have her action, she'll still have her action, but she's going to try to maneuver away from the orcs. And in doing so, she has to pass a strength check, I think, to get away from them. So Nura versus the orc. Orc is too strong, so she's got to try to fight out. Does she have anything cool she can do? I don't think she does. I wish I had more creativity here, because it's just like fight, fight, fight. But she's got to try to hit. She's got to try to hit one with her longsword now, and so I guess she's gonna go for the one that we know is wounded, because we're just going for kills now. That is a bad miss. Okay, that's everybody. Abbott's used 1 of his 3 rounds. 2. That was the second round, right? But I didn't give him a roll the first time, did I? No, that's one round. That's one round because either that or I should give him another roll to try and get a 20. Okay, so now it's the orcs' turn. The good news is now the orcs have lost their leader and have lost over half their numbers. They've got to make a morale check. So on a 15 or lower, they are out of here. I mean, a 14 or lower. 6. Whew, thank goodness. For once, we actually want to let them go. So they're going to book it. They call out some retreat yell, and they take off. So away they go. We're going to let them go. Just run away, orcs. Fine. No problem. Marvin is going to run in, and his best... So, I got an ace in the hole here, I hope. He has a background as a surgeon. Chirurgian? I should know the word. I'm kind of making fun of myself. Kind of doing it on purpose. Saying it wrong, but also kind of don't really know. What am I looking for here? Oh. Don't I have some bandages or something? I gave myself bandages, but it's not a thing? That sucks. That was... I put him on his... because of his... Shoot. Yeah, so I'm going to give him... I'm going to give him a stabilized check. I thought I was making it easy. Let me see, actually... I think this is worth checking because this is a dire situation. I'm going to see what am I looking for here? What the GM companion, no, the player's companion has for if there's a bandage. Because if so, I have it. Bandages, stabilizes wounds. Bandages. Thick cloth, bind a wound, prevent further blood loss. Using them to stabilize grants advantage and lowers the DC to 12. So I have advantage, and the DC is 12. Let's go. Come on, Marvin. Oh my god. I still couldn't stabilize him? Marvin, you had one job. Okay. Everybody else has to try to stabilize him. I guess the good news is... I didn't say how many bandages. I think Marvin would have enough bandages. He was my best bet because he's the surgeon. But I guess I will give other people a chance to bandage him as well. We should be able to get him stable at least, right? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give 6 rolls to try to stabilize him. I will give them each another roll. I will give them each a roll to try to stabilize him at a DC 12. So Orgo, 13. I don't know what the thing is, but he has no negatives except Dex, which would still get it. So he is stable. So Abbott's stable, but not in good shape, not in good health. We're going to go in and check out the home, and I know that all the orcs are gone. Let's see what else there is. This got real hairy. And a long session, wow. Oops. Well, a big fight halfway through the session, so I guess there's no surprise there. Let's take a look at what we have. A band of orcs, 15 orcs, have a shoddy wooden building in the gully between 2 hills. These are my hills, if you hadn't figured that out. They have been raiding the nearby town of Lariu. 50% chance they're all present. If not, half of them will be out hunting or getting firewood. Well, they had enough firewood. We determined they were sleeping. Oh, interesting. Well, Discovery, since we fought them all, we got the Discovery. They've taken off. The orcs have captured a boy named Win and are attempting to negotiate a ransom with his father. Boy is only 6 years old. He's obnoxious. That's hilarious. So, because we full on fought, I didn't read any of this. It was just a fight from the get go. Um, that's funny. I should have read this and rolled it because we could have avoided this whole stinking combat. How do I know that? That's a tricky thing. So as a solo player, I saw that there was a discovery icon. I guess by getting the avoid combat, I should have rolled this because I would have played this whole thing differently than we attack the orcs outright. Even though I saw that there was a few of them, because here I am. Here's what I'm saying. I'm reading the thing. I didn't read the whole thing out loud, but I read the thing that said they've been raiding the nearby town, and that there's a 50% chance that they were half gone. Half of them weren't present. So they were, but they weren't. Right? I rolled yes, they're gone, but they're asleep. So if we hadn't woken them up, I would have left them asleep until something happened to wake them up anyway. Like I would have maybe let an orc run it. But what I'm getting at is, what I should have done is, since I made the check to avoid the combat, I should have then looked at the discovery icon. Instead, I thought I had to finish the fight. So I need to bank that in my head for next time on the combat. Just because it says combat symbol, it's a potential combat, and it doesn't have to lead to combat. So I should read the thing next. Because what I would have done is said, oh, there's a boy, so we come in and maybe, show a force and start talking to the orcs, but it doesn't lead to a fight. We learn that they have a prisoner. We try to negotiate to get the prisoner back. As it stands, there's some young boy. Do I have a young boy nearby? Oh, we already used this. But I've already used all these minis that are nearby. But I'm not going to get a different one. So there's a 6-year-old little boy who's obnoxious. We find him tied up when we come in here is what happens. So the bad news is there's no treasure icon here. But I definitely think with 15 orcs, they're going to have something. So I guess what I'm going to say is I've got my orcs to sniff out treasure. I'm going to give a treasure check on the orcs and a treasure check on the leader. Treasure check on the orcs? No. Sniff? No. Treasure check on the leader? Yes. So we will get one measly treasure, but that's okay. 29. 29 says dusty leather armor dyed black, worth 10 gold pieces. I don't know if that makes any sense for the orcs. So on that note, is it cheating if I read the one right above it that says longbow and a bundle of 40 arrows, and Nura gets her arrows back, and we could sell the longbow for 10 gold? I think I'm going to do that. It is a little cheating, but not totally, because they did have archers, so I think she would be able to get her arrows back. And we're going to say a bow that we're going to sell. Okay. Wow. So that was a long session. But it was super dangerous. So we can't really do much because Abbott is down and out. Um, Thane can't heal. I gave the dragon our pipe of the rolling hills. I don't have any healing from Nura either because I determined she's all out of herbs. She must have dropped her herb pouch. So, what is the thing that we can do to heal Abbott? I remember Sly Flourish said he has a house rule that he doesn't allow stabilization checks for just this reason. Now you've got, what do? Drag a character around while they're at 0 hit points? Well, I think at the very least we're going to rest. So I think that's the thing is we're going to rest here. And on that note, I think what we do is call this this is our little safe spot, but it's not totally safe because the orcs know it's here. Are they coming back? I doubt it because they know we're here unless they're coming back with reinforcements, which again I think is probably doubtful. I think what I do is ride out the rest of the day with a with encounter checks. Do we I think we lock the door. That should be easy enough from the inside to barricade the door or whatever. But we're going to rest in here. It's a safe camping spot. I would call it a safe spot. So what do we have? Unsafe check every 3 hours. We're going to ride out the day. So this was the first or second thing here. We've got check every 3 hours. I don't know about that when we're not even moving. I'm going to call it half of that. So 4. 4 checks? That's still a lot. I'm going to make 3. I'm going to make 3 random encounter checks. I'm going to roll 3 dice. And if there's any ones, that means something happens while we're here. 3, 4, 6. We're good. Okay. So we survive the day. Abbott wakes up. Everybody else heals up. I lost. I have to go back and check. Was it Shield of Faith or Cure? I think I lost Cure Wounds. I think I have to do Penance to get Cure Wounds back. Penance is becoming a pain in the ass. Alright. I went way too long. I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully it goes a little smoother, but nobody died. Oh, by the way, you can come back now. We got Alfonso can come in. Our horse is out here. Alright, see you guys. I'm Bradu.